So for me, I feel like the blazer is the standout piece. It's the piece that can really help the outfit really stand out.
It's the keystone piece, right?
I
When you go
always, I love it to be slim fit. Like
Okay.
my dad always told me, it's too tight on you, it's too tight on you, it's too tight on you. Like he wants me to look like I'm wearing a raincoat or anything, but I love them sort of tight, and I always pick them based on the length of the sleeve.
Yeah.
Right, so you always
Okay.
want some cuff showing, maybe a centimeter or two.
Yeah, sure.
And I always used to measure it that if you go all the way down, it sort of hits on the sort of bone
the base of your wrist,
thumb,
right? Yeah.
So you go all the way down and it hits there, perfect length for me.
Yeah. When you're buying off the rack, the most important thing to do is think about where the shoulders fall.
Yeah, as well.
So if the
there.
shoulders are really far away or really too tight,
Yeah.
then it's not worth buying regardless of the price or how nice it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, like, for example, when I've bought jackets in the past, if the shoulder fits all right, but the rest is generally not, like it's too big
Yeah,
in the
but then
middle or
you get the
sleeves are
altered,
too long,
right?
you can get it altered.
So I know there's a 3-button blazer and a 2-button blazer.
And then there's also
Double
the one,
breast,
right?
it's a-
There's other 1-button blazer, but
For the bottom button, never.
Yeah.
For the middle, always, and the top sometimes. King Edward back in the day was so large that like he couldn't do the bottom one done.
Yeah.
So then like it became a trend
Became
after.
royal court fashion,
Yeah,
right?
so it was like
Yeah.
everyone has to obey. How the hell I'm wearing
Yeah.
my blazer, right? Like, yep, done.
But the thing about blazers here in the UAE and the Middle East is a lot of people don't wear them because they perceive them to be a jacket, right? Something that's heavy.
That's when different materials come into play and
Exactly.
Exactly. And so this is the thing is that, like, for me, since I've been here, I've been really trying to find or work with materials that kind of at least minimize some of that.
Linen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Linen.
linens, nice light cottons. There's a really cool fabric I found recently called Hopsack. Basically, breeze can go right through it, right?
What's the difference between like I know you were talking about earlier constructed, unconstructed blazer. So an
But,
unconstructed one is basically light, something that you can wear in hot
Yeah,
weathers.
the
and-
idea behind, I mean, this is very, like, particularly Southern Italian style, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is the weather's really hot in the summer. You want to wear something that looks nice or at least keeps you formal in a formal environment. When you're looking at that, you want to reduce the amount of structure. So, like, Elias has some structure in his jacket, the
lot of
padding,
padding
Here,
etc.
this here, yep.
Yeah,
Which is fine, but while that happens is that when you're in a hot climate, that just captures a lot of heat. Like for a lot of jackets, particularly something again that's very
Half
formal, like a
canvas, right?
double-breasted, you do want some canvas on the inside. This lining is something you should have generally standard for a lot of jackets as well, unless you're doing something a bit less formal and more summer based, right?
Which
But
I think a
then-
lot of people here are looking for. Something
Yeah.
that can wear to accessorize an outfit,
Yeah.
but also to be light and comfortable in,
Yeah, not
in
feel
the
like
hot
you're
weather.
sweating and drenched
Exactly.
all day, right?
I sort of highly suggest that every guy has a double-breasted blazer. Yes,
they've come
It's like
into
forcing
outfit
it.
I'm very
yeah,
biased
yeah.
because I love them and they're my
Yeah.
favorite type of blazer. But then again, you want to be a bit different, right? And
Yeah.
and they're cool. They're very European, right?
So I think a lot of guys here are starting to trying to experiment with blazers. Like I've ran a lot of guys, like our customers, for example, that say, I've never worn a blazer, but I
Yeah.
really want
How
to
should I
start trying.
start,
How should
right?
I start? Like
Yeah.
what kind of
And
what do you
then-
guys recommend for?
Because like it's e-commerce that you do, right? So
Yeah.
I've bought 4 of my favorite blazers online.
How do you do that, man? I
Yeah.
can't
You
do
would have
that.
never guessed where they were from. Like they were from ASOS. I bought them for like 40, 50 bucks.
But they fit?
Fit like a glove, and everything can be altered, right?
Yeah.
And then also like a rule of thumb, for the actual length of a blazer, I was taught by this by my old man that you sort of cup your hands, and if this fits perfectly in it without sort of folding, it
Yeah.
means that the length is good.
Big lapels have come back. The peak lapels is what this is called.
I like this,
is
by
a
the way.
notch lapel.
Yeah.
This is like it's as if a notch was taken out of the lapel.
And what's this?
So this is the actual lapel right here.
Okay,
So
this
this
is
is
normal.
a peak. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a peak. So yours is more traditional. That
Okay.
notch, right? The difference is what happens is like you can see the little the picks here. That's called pick stitching, and that's where a lot of guys will identify like a lot of the quality of the jacket, and then as well with working buttons. But I think the tough thing for guys is to stretch outside the blue gray matrix, right?
See, like I'm very sort of just normal. I love my navy, beige, gray, just subtle colors, but with their own sort of characteristic.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the best thing about the blazer is very customizable.
Yeah.
You can wear it in a bunch of different shades, a bunch of different styles. You
And
can wear it with jeans. You can
also
wear it for
climate.
work.
It can be worn in any sort of environment, right? So
it.
like if you're outside, and obviously if it's really hot, you want to wear something light, but transitioning into an office environment or a building
Right.
is very easy, right? You can take it off on easily. So I think for a guy, blazer is the keystone piece, for
Right.
sure. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about us and the brands that we talk about, visit thebrief.tv and remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks.